When we think of Johnny Carson, the legendary king of late-night television, we often picture his charming smile, quick wit, and effortless ability to connect with a diverse array of guests. Over his impressive 30-year reign as the host of The Tonight Show, Carson welcomed countless celebrities onto his stage, showcasing their talents and engaging in entertaining banter. However, even the most charismatic hosts have their limits, and Carson was no exception. Throughout his career, Carson cultivated a reputation for being gracious and accommodating to his guests. He had a knack for making even the most nervous newcomers feel at ease. But behind the scenes, there were some who tested his patience, and one guest in particular pushed him to his breaking point. The year was 1982, and the man in question was none other than the exuberant and often chaotic comic, Rodney Dangerfield. The early years of Johnny Carson. To understand the depths of Carson's disdain for certain guests, it's essential to first appreciate his background and how he became the beloved television icon we know today. Born in 1925 in Corning, Iowa, Carson's fascination with entertainment began at an early age. As a child, he dabbled in magic, showcasing his talent for sleight of hand and illusion to friends and family. This early passion laid the groundwork for his career in show business. After serving in the U.S. Navy during World War II, where he entertained fellow sailors with magic tricks and comedy, Carson honed his skills in journalism and broadcasting at the University of Nebraska. He eventually made his way to Los Angeles, where he wrote for The Red Skelton Show and continued to build his reputation as a rising star in the world of comedy. Carson's big break came in 1962 when he was chosen to host The Tonight Show. Despite lacking the experience of other candidates, he captivated audiences with his charm, intelligence, and sense of humor. His signature style of blending comedy with magic quickly became a hallmark of the show, and he established himself as the go-to host for celebrities seeking a platform to showcase their talents. The pressure of late-night television. As The Tonight Show gained immense popularity, Carson's ability to navigate the complexities of late-night television became even more crucial. He was known for his affable nature, often turning awkward moments into comedic gold. But as with any long-running show, the dynamic can shift, and guest appearances can turn from enjoyable to exasperating. In the high-stakes world of television, the pressure to entertain and keep viewers engaged was immense. Carson faced the challenge of balancing the expectations of his audience, his production team, and of course, his guests. Each night, he had to ensure that the show flowed smoothly, keeping the pacing lively and the energy high. And while most guests adapted seamlessly to Carson's style, some, like Rodney Dangerfield, posed unique challenges that tested his patience. Enter Rodney Dangerfield. Rodney Dangerfield was already an established comic by the time he first appeared on The Tonight Show. Known for his self-deprecating humor and catchphrase, "I don't get no respect," Dangerfield was a larger-than-life figure whose outrageous antics often stole the spotlight. His comedic style was brash, loud, and unpredictable, a stark contrast to Carson's more controlled and polished approach. Dangerfield's appearances on the show were often characterized by a barrage of one-liners and a manic energy that could easily overshadow the host. While many loved his self-deprecating humor, Carson found Dangerfield's chaotic style overwhelming, especially when it disrupted the carefully curated rhythm of the show. The fateful episode. The turning point came during one infamous appearance in 1982. Dangerfield was on the show promoting his latest film and, true to form, launched into a relentless stream of jokes and anecdotes. While the audience laughed along, Carson struggled to regain control of the conversation. It wasn't long before the tension in the studio became palpable, with Carson's usually composed demeanor starting to crack under the pressure. At one point, Dangerfield, sensing he was getting too much of a reaction, ramped up his performance, turning the segment into a one-man show. Carson attempted to interject, to guide the conversation back on track, But Dangerfield was relentless. He unleashed an onslaught of jokes, totally disregarding Carson's attempts to steer the discussion. The laughter from the audience only fueled Dangerfield's momentum, leaving Carson visibly frustrated. Imagine a scene where the host, who had mastered the art of timing, was now trapped in a whirlwind of jokes, with his carefully planned show slipping away. Carson's charm turned into barely concealed irritation as he struggled to keep up with Dangerfield's frenetic pace. Behind the scenes. But the drama didn't end with that episode. Reports indicate that Carson's discomfort with Dangerfield escalated beyond that night. Sources suggest that backstage, after the show ended, Carson confronted Dangerfield about his behavior. The confrontation was intense, with Carson expressing his frustration over Dangerfield's refusal to follow the unwritten rules of the show. The details of that encounter remain murky, but the implications were clear. Carson had reached the end of his rope. Despite the tension, Dangerfield continued to appear on The Tonight Show after that fateful night. However, the relationship between the two men soured, and it was evident that Carson's patience had been tested to its limits. He became more selective about who graced his stage, and Dangerfield's chaotic presence left an indelible mark on Carson's approach to guest bookings. In the weeks that followed, Carson's discomfort with Dangerfield became a running theme among his staff. They witnessed the host's frustration during production meetings, where he often vented about the difficulties of dealing with certain personalities. Carson's ability to manage the chaos was fading, and it was clear that his once easygoing nature was being strained. The impact on The Tonight Show. As The Tonight Show continued to evolve, Carson's experience with Dangerfield had lasting implications. The host's frustration served as a cautionary tale for future generations of late-night hosts. It highlighted the delicate balance between allowing guests to shine and maintaining control over the show's narrative. In the world of entertainment, the stakes were high. One guest's antics could derail an entire episode, leaving producers scrambling to salvage the content. Carson's encounters with Dangerfield became a case study in how to handle unruly guests, an example of what could happen when spontaneity overshadowed structure. After the incident, Carson made a concerted effort to regain control of the show. He began implementing stricter guidelines for guest appearances, aiming to create a more cohesive atmosphere. While this approach might have limited the unpredictable charm of certain guests, it ultimately led to a more polished and professional show. Carson's personal life and emotional toll. While the pressures of late-night television weighed heavily on Carson, his personal life was no less tumultuous. Behind the scenes, he faced challenges that many viewers were unaware of, adding another layer of complexity to his interactions with guests. Carson had endured 3 marriages, all of which ended in divorce. His commitment to his career often took precedence over his personal life, leading to strained relationships with his family. His struggles to connect with his children became a source of pain, a stark reminder that even icons are not immune to the trials of family life. The emotional toll of Carson's career became especially evident after the tragic loss of his second son, Rick, in 1991. Rick's untimely death in a car accident shattered Carson's world. Following the tragedy, he took a month-long hiatus from The Tonight Show to grieve, reminding audiences and himself of the importance of family amidst the glitz and glamour of fame. This devastating experience influenced Carson's perspective on his relationships, including those with guests like Dangerfield. The pressures of late-night television often clashed with his personal values, forcing him to reevaluate his priorities. The chaos that ensued with certain guests mirrored the turbulence in his own life, making it all the more challenging for Carson to maintain his trademark composure. Carson's legacy and the nature of fame. Despite the frustrations he faced with certain guests, Carson's tenure on The Tonight Show left an indelible mark on the landscape of late-night television. He set the stage for future hosts, influencing their approaches to celebrity interviews and comedic segments. His signature blend of humor, warmth, and authenticity resonated with audiences, making him a household name. Carson's relationship with Dangerfield may have soured, but it ultimately highlighted the complexities of the entertainment industry. Behind the laughter and applause lay a world where personal struggles often collided with professional ambitions, creating an intricate web of emotions that shaped the lives of those involved. In reflecting on Carson's experience with Rodney Dangerfield, we can glean valuable lessons about the nature of fame, relationships, and the importance of self-care. The pressures of being in the public eye can take a toll on even the most seasoned performers, and finding a balance between personal fulfillment and professional obligations is a delicate dance. Moreover, Carson's story serves as a reminder that even icons can face challenges in their interactions with others. As fans, we may idealize our favorite celebrities, forgetting that they too are human beings navigating the complexities of life. The final curtain. As we look back on the legacy of Johnny Carson, we remember not only his triumphs, but also the trials he faced along the way. The tension with guests like Rodney Dangerfield showcased the challenges inherent in maintaining a successful late-night show. Carson's ability to navigate these turbulent waters ultimately contributed to his status as a beloved figure in American television history. The world of entertainment is a stage filled with drama, laughter, and occasional conflict. And while Carson may have struggled with certain guests, he undoubtedly left an enduring legacy of grace, humor, and resilience that continues to inspire hosts and comedians today. In the end, it was Carson's humanity that resonated with audiences, making him a true legend of late-night television. So, we can say that though some of the guests may have caused tension or difficulty for Carson, in the end, it only added to his iconic career and solidified his place in history. His story serves as a reminder that even amidst fame and success, we are all human, facing our own struggles and challenges. And it is how we navigate these challenges that truly define who we are and the legacy we leave behind. There will never be another Johnny Carson, but his impact on late-night television and the entertainment industry as a whole will continue to be felt for generations to come.